We rolling?
Yeah, we back.
All right. Well, we're rolling. That means, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the AZ Squared Podacst. Oh God, everything's rolling here. We got joints rolling. We got audio, video, everything. So, yeah, we're having a good time. We got myself, Mr. Drew, on the microphone here. Lazy over there on the ones and twos. Old boy Lazy.
Yeah, right here.
Yes, sir.
Having a good day?
I'm having a great day.
That's good.
Having a great day, yeah. I always feel like I'm always having a good day when I'm putting something to use or doing something productive. I guess is a logical way of saying that.
I'm doing a fully productive day.
Yeah.
Like, I've accomplished at least a few things on my list.
Yeah, or even just one thing. Because
Yeah.
like, there's a lot of days where it's zero things.
Oh, there's a
And
lot
so
of days
it's
that
like,
I get.
hey, you gotta
nothing
celebrate when you get something done. It's worth saying, hey, let's go.
I feel you on that. I feel accomplished when I get any kind of anything done in a day. If I can get anything done in a day, it's an accomplishment. I try to get at least 3 things done. Though.
Yeah.
If I do that, I feel like I fucking kick the day's ass. Even if they're small things. 3
Yeah.
small things, I'm good.
Well, okay, so then do you ever think, like, at the end of the day, like, oh, man, I didn't do those 3 things, and then do you, like, feel bad about it? Does that happen?
All the time. Most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's very common, though.
It-
But that's why you gotta, like, I mean, because I feel like it's inevitable. There's some people out there that I'm sure, like, you know, workaholics, whatever you want to call them, people that, like, that's what they're into. That's their thing.
Yeah.
Is grinding all the time like that. Like, hey, good for them. Like, a lot of people can't do that. But I think it's a lot. I think a lot of it's like a personality trait, more so than like everyone can be successful if you just do A, B, and C, and your fucking grind set and your fucking
100%.
network is your net worth and all that like cliche, kind of like money boy shit.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
It's
I
true
try.
to those. It's true to that type of person. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean?
And if you have that kind of gung-ho, and I respect the shit out of it.
Yeah,
I've
absolutely.
tried, but I cannot get to the point where I am at that point where I'm just hitting it all the time. Like, I try. I like, drag myself ragged to get to that point, but it never seems to work out for me that way.
Yeah, I've definitely never been one of those like. I feel like I always like to be doing something, but like I'm not like that intense about it. You know what I'm saying? It just feels good. I enjoy it. Like, I'm a very creative person, as I know you are too.
Yeah.
And I just like creating things, and especially when it's like doing shit with my friends,
Oh, yeah.
taking skills from both of our skill sets, putting it together to try to make something.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that's
I think
my
it's
favorite.
fucking awesome. Or whether it's that, or it's like drawing on a piece of paper, or it's going up to my room and like plugging in my guitar and just jamming out to some songs on YouTube or something. Like, it's just like it's self-expression, I guess, and just being creative. And that's what like I love doing. I get a big like
Kick or
Yeah.
adrenaline and, like, happy endorphin feelings from that.
I feel like I've done something, you know? Even if it's just like spending all day looking for like a supplier for a part of something.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, I mean, I took a step forward towards something, you know what I mean?
I've definitely, especially on the supplier part, like,
Yeah, I know you've been there.
to the frustration levels, like, to the point where I'm like, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore.
Yeah,
It's impossible.
It's rough. I'm sure
It's
anyone
hard
out
to
there
get to that point.
that's listening that's ever tried to start a business or like set up from the ground up like
Yeah.
a supply chain
And with no knowledge.
with no knowledge, no like professional resources,
Never been to school for
no,
it.
yeah, no college education, just a bunch of Google and YouTube more or less,
Yeah, that's-
and scrolling through government websites and like reading how shit's done.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Like, YouTube University is like a real thing. It's a
Yep.
real thing. I've learned so much just from YouTube alone. That's insane. You can find good information. You can find a lot of shit information on YouTube too.
yeah.
You can that reminds me. I saw today. Do you know the Anunnaki?
Why does that sound so familiar? Anunnaki. Yeah, it's like a mythical Like they're aliens or something, right?
Yeah, so that it's like believe that the
Space lizard
Sumerians
stuff, right?
talk about this Anunnaki. The Anunnaki are the gods that created us, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
like took their DNA, put it into a ape-like creature, and created a slave race to mine gold for their planet, because their planet orbits around ours, which is Nibiru, and
Well, and when
they
you have power,
have to have gold in order to keep their atmosphere. So that's like the idea.
Are they still up to their shit? Are they still taking our gold?
Yeah, but they come by every like 260,000 or million years or something like that. That's like the orbit. People that are really into this shit are like fucking screaming at this shit right now. They're like, fucking it's this many years, you son of a bitch, that's why.
They come to take our gold. That's what you're telling me, right?
Yeah, they came to mine gold and they created us to mine the gold for them.
But, okay, so like when, I'm just trying to think about this. When they come flying in, I'm assuming they're flying in. They don't like live on Earth, right?
Correct.
Come flying in, they got to get all of the gold. Are they taking everyone's like rings and coins? Or how
no,
does
that's
this go?
just the leftover gold from when they had to go back on their planet, because it's only in our within our orbited area for a certain amount of time, right?
Wait a minute, I don't understand how they're actually physically receiving the gold. That's what I want to know.
They just transport it,
They fly down and
grab it, put it on
just
ships,
bust into
and
a bunch of
fly
K
it out.
jewelers.
No, there were no K jewelers. They like dug it out of the ground.
But I thought we were the slaves to dig all the gold up.
Yeah, we dug up the gold.
So you're saying this happened a long time ago? I thought you were
So
saying that
long
like
ago.
this happens all the time.
No, this happened so long ago because that was the last time their planet orbited within Earth.
Gotcha.
You know, that's what they say.
Crime of opportunity.
It's
it was.
It's exactly. So what they do is every 230 million years or something like that, the planet is on this big elliptical orbit, but it's inside of our solar system, right?
Okay.
So every so often this planet gets within the distance of like Mars or something, right?
Sure.
And it disrupts a bunch of shit and causes like volcanoes to erupt. And so the people at the time thought they were gods, and that was like during the Sumerian times, right? So like what we consider the first civilization.
Super ancient.
Right. Super ancient. So it took at least that many years for the orbit to be the last time that they came around. That's where everybody keeps talking about this Nibiru planet that's supposed to cause all this chaos, and this is supposed to be this.
Everyone has been talking
planet.
about that, that's for sure.
Yeah, right? And this is this thing that's supposed to come at like 2012, and it's 2022 almost, and still don't have it.
I mean,
but it may be there.
Space is big, you know. They could have run into some
massive.
space traffic along the way, or
It's highly plausible. It could have like collided with a couple of rocks. Maybe it blew apart, and that's what all these big rocks that keep coming pretty close to like within the orbit that people would say is swinging around the sun. And
did you ever see that? It was like a something they found floating in space, and it's like a big, like what did they call it? They called it like
that was
it was the something. There was a name for it because
it's a Hawaiian name. It was
it looked like an unnatural object because it was so long and like flat and smooth, and it just like didn't make sense for it to be out in space.
Oh yeah, why?
People thought that it was like, or you know, some people obviously suspected that it was some sort of alien spacecraft.
Yeah,
it was called the something.
Yeah.
I feel like back in my space / conspiracy theory days, I would have known that in a heartbeat. But
yeah, I know the name, but it's on the tip of my tongue.
In my head, it's something like some sort of Titan or something like that. But like, I feel like I'm getting it mixed up with.
It's a Hawaiian name. Oumuamua.
Oumuamua.
Yeah.
Can you pull up a picture of that? Can I see that?
Yeah, just a second here.
Yep, that's it.
Here, let me
Looks
bring
like
it up to the people here.
Yeah.
That are in the YouTube world. Let's write that down. So that's it. Spacewalk Oumuamua.
Yeah, that's that. I could see. I mean, a rock is a rock, you know.
Yeah, but they don't know if it's actually this shape. This is an artist rendition, right? So this artist rendition, because it's an artist rendition, there's one astrophysicist that is out there saying that it could possibly be a solar sail. And it may only be microns thin, but it's massively wide.
Well, how
right? And it's flipping and rotating. So what we're seeing to make it think it's elongated is just a reflection of sun across it, right, as it was leaving. And so with that data, somebody made an artist rendition and said, okay, it must be an elongated rock that's flipping on axis. And it has like a rusted look to it. And he's saying with that same data, you could also get the point of it being a solar sail that is flipping on end. And we've already thought of doing solar sails that can travel at like some umpteenth amount of the speed of light. The only problem is it came from intergalactic space, so where was the solar radiation to projectile it this way?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's most likely just the result of some collision out there of some large shit. I know that there's large shit and it's flying around, so...
Yeah, it's just unnatural to find something in this shape. Like, out of all the stuff that we found, that shape in particular is pretty weird. Especially the fact that it came from outer solar system. Like, and we don't know anything really much outside of our solar system, so it's really hard to say.
Dude, I can't wait for this James Webb telescope to launch.
Yeah.
I've been following that thing in the news. It feels like it's been like 10 years.
It has been. It has been delayed multiple times over the last 10 years.
I always go and look at all the pictures when they show like them building the mirrors and how like smooth and perfect they are, and like, oh, dude, it's so cool.
Yeah, when you showed up today, I was watching something on James
really?
Webb Telescope. Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah,
Hey,
because
shout
it's
out
about
James
to
Webb.
launch.
Although, I'm just saying, I've heard that James Webb, the man himself, has potentially been canceled or was problematic in some form. So there's a lot of people saying like, hey, we should rename the rocket.
But it's the telescope.
Or the telescope, I mean, yeah.
Fuck those people. That's what
I sort of assumed that you would go down.
Yeah, I just don't understand why we have problems with, like, okay, unless he was a, I have more problems with the guy who invented the first rocket.
What, Werner Herzog or whatever his name is?
Werner von Braun.
Yeah.
Because he was, like, during Nazi Germany times, he hung the 5 slowest Jews in front of the factory every day.
Yeah, he was not a good man.
He was not a great person.
He got lucked out with the old paperclip.
Oh, yeah. Project Paperclip. And brought him in and wiped his record and then put him in a position of high power. I think that's why we have so much of this weird fucking communist shit going on now, is because it takes time to implant that, and we brought Nazis into government positions under false pretenses. And, then we created the nuclear bomb. Those were all German scientists that did that. They came up with the major concepts. So that would have been against us if we didn't win against Germany, so that's a plus.
Well, yeah, it just goes to show that, like, there's no good guy.
No
one is the good guy.
It's just like, how much evil are you willing to accept? Yeah. And, like, it all sucks. It all sucks. But, like, if you're not doing it to somebody else, they're definitely doing it to you.
Yeah.
That's what people forget, especially.
That's like global politics. That's
100%. Yeah. But we are on a global stage now. Like, that's just kind of what it is. Like, I can contact anybody in the world. This is going live to every country in the world right now.
Well, that's why you get so many people that are like, I think that there's always been people that have all these different beliefs and all these different political views and all these extremist views on both sides of everything.
Oh, yeah.
But like, now everyone just has a voice and that everyone has a platform for the most part, unless you're in like the most, either like locked down, like not communist, but like a dictatorship where it's like completely censored, like
100%, like North Korea. Like, the internet is an accessibility thing. Yeah.
Censorship too.
Yeah, they're smart. Like, their TikTok, if you watch the TikTok in China, it's not the same as the TikTok in America.
Sure. Like,
the videos that populate are all educational videos in China. That's all they allow.
That's funny.
And everything else gets censored out, right? And in America, it's all the fucking dumb shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what gets popular here. And all the educational shit basically gets fucking filtered out. That's a plan. communist Chinese government does that for a reason. They also don't let their children. It's law to allow their kids to be on the phone after like 7 or 8 p.m. Like, no phones for the kids. They shut the internet down, which is insane. In North Korea, you have 3 websites. That's it. That's all they have. And that's if you're allowed to use a computer. Like, only the elite class get to use the computers, and that's a handful of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's wild that they, like, sneak in video games and sneak in DVDs. And
yeah, they send them in balloons and shit from South Korea over. That's nuts. But the scary thing is those people pick that up, you're fucking dead. And your family for the next 3 generations is going to be in fucking prison. So those people fucking are... it's fucked up.
Yeah, it's wild.
If you look at it, you're like, God damn, you're killing motherfuckers.
People that have, like, escaped from North Korea.
It's always brutal. Like, you ever seen that video where they shot the dude's car? Like, just suited this car up and just kept driving through. Just blasting through.
It. Yeah, they don't want you getting out of there.
No, it's because...
They barely want you coming in there.
No, they don't want you in there. We had the one kid who died that was an American because he, like, took a fucking paper off a wall or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And they're like, oh, that's a no-no. You're going to fucking gulag, babe.
But, like, I mean, just playing devil's advocate here. Obviously, I don't believe this, but, like, shouldn't they, as their own country and government, have the right to do and govern however they want? Isn't that
honestly,
the whole point of freedom?
I really do agree with that.
You know?
I mean...
Like, you don't have to like it, but they have the right to run their country however they want.
100%.
By that logic is what I'm saying. Like, wouldn't that extrapolate to be true?
100. In my eyes, in my view, yes. Yes. Until they step over the line and make a threat in our direction, which they have done.
Yeah, but, I mean...
Once they threaten to nuke you, at that point, I say you just go in and fucking end the issue.
Well, yeah, that's a whole different story, because, like, once one person hits the trigger, it's everyone just...
That's why you go in, no nukes, party. You go in, we got SEAL teams that can fucking go in, take out all the top leaders and everybody, and change the entire, and then let the people decide what they want to do. But as soon as you talk nukes again my direction, this happens again.
It's war.
It's not even war. I'm not going to cause the war. We're going to sneak into your shit and annihilate everybody that's a threat.
I think, like, the power of the military and stuff is a little over... I don't want to say overhyped, because obviously they're skilled and they do, like, all kinds of crazy shit. But, like,
I'm thinking...
Why hasn't that been done? If they're so evil, if everyone's so against it, if they're such a threat, if it's such a dramatic thing, why not just go and take them out?
For the same reason that you said, they have the freedom to do what they want.
Okay, but then why do we go to other countries like Iraq and Pakistan, like these Middle Eastern countries, and go there and try to give them our government and, like, try to get into their shit, but then we have the balls to say, nah, you guys can kill your own people, whatever. We don't really care.
We did that, and that's all come out and been declassified now, and everybody fucking is upset because the government straight up lied to us and said there's weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. There were not.
Yeah.
And that it was Iraqis when it was Saudis that fucking flew planes into our World Trade Center. And we could have stopped it, and we didn't.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that there was some shit that came out about how
things
could have been stopped in advance. Actually, wasn't someone on... It was Chris Hansen on Your Mom's House. And he was talking to... I think he was on Your Mom's House. He was he was telling them about the day that 9/11 happened and, like
where he was at.
Yeah, and they had
information.
He had, like, some information about that or something about how it could have, in the grand scheme of things, it could have been either stopped or severely diminished if people had taken certain actions.
But we wanted to go in and take the oil.
We wanted a reason to go to war.
Yeah, well, because war sells, and the companies that got to rebuild that fucking nation made billions of dollars.
Well, not to mention the arms dealers that make
it was our leaders selling our nation out.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And because people don't give a shit about politics, that shit's allowed to happen. You know what I mean? Because people go, well, it doesn't fucking affect me. But it does, because your tax-paying dollars paid for those people to go die for oil and for gold and silver and lithium. Because that's what after we pulled out and the Taliban took over, they made a deal with China immediately for China to be able to come in and fucking mine the lithium that we were mining.
Yeah, like,
as long as they stayed out of their fucking business and gave them some money.
Nothing surprises me. It's all like, it's all just like an upper level of society in a sense. Like, it's just the next level up on the ladder that's
playing these games with our money,
right,
and our children's lives.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't think that there's...
Their kids don't go to war.
Always going to be, that dynamic is always going to be there when you have people in charge of large
It's kings and peasants.
People.
Yeah, it's royalty and peasants.
There's any way to avoid that.
It ends up becoming that every time because it's... You heard that saying where it's like, strong people create easy times create weak people, weak people create hard times create strong people.
Right, it's a cycle.
And that cycle continues. Like, that's just what it is, and because of technology, it's able to go faster. So much faster. Like, it took Rome 1,000 years to fall. It's taken America 300. Like, that we might make it 500. China's already becoming the economic world power.
Yeah.
So, learn Chinese, folks. Or figure out how to live in the caves like the Taliban do, because that's where you'll be at.
When I was working in San Diego, I met a guy, and he taught... So he's an American, and he taught, American. He was like a white dude from San Diego. And I was surprised to learn that he, not only did he speak Chinese and Japanese, he would travel to China and teach Japanese to Chinese kids.
Oh my God.
And he's like, he was like 25. Like, he was like my age at the time. And I was like, God,
what a ballsy son of a bitch.
That's very impressive. Like, that's
highly
insane.
impressive.
Yeah, like, to understand both languages enough to teach one to another.
And they're not easy languages to learn.
And I imagine, obviously, like, they're different from each other. And, like, yeah, it's wild. It's like...
Yeah, some of the syllable, like, enunciations are close to the same. Because the Japanese are, like, Chinese that left China and ended up on the island of Japan. That's why the Chinese fucking hate them. And the Japanese don't like the Chinese. Like, they don't like each other at all. It's not... It's why I'm like, that's impressive to go to China and teach a language to the Chinese that the Chinese government fucking hates.
Yeah, dude. I don't know about any of that.
Ballsy as shit. I mean, those are what missionaries and stuff do. They go and they like spread the gospel and stuff in these countries where it's not really safe to do that. Like, you could end up in prison for the rest of your fucking life and working in a fucking labor camp.
Yeah,
it's gnarly. That's what they did to the Muslim Uyghur people. They're Chinese people that believe in the Muslim religion, and they camped them. I'm surprised that isn't a bigger story, because it's like literally going on. What there is going on is the same thing that happened pretty much to the Jews during Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty gnarly. There's a bunch of rapes going on. There's just like genocide of the people. It's pretty bad. It's been reported by both sides of the fence. Like, they've both had to go, what the fuck? There's some shit going on
This is
here.
like recently?
Yeah, this is within the last like year and a half or so. They just like started encamping and like
year and a half ago. That's an eternity nowadays.
Right. It feels like it.
You got like 2-3 days maybe on even the craziest shit. Or like a week tops.
Yeah, that's the fucked up part, because something crazy is coming out. They talk about Trump or fucking Hillary or fucking... else. They use the same fucking 5 players. They go Trump, Biden, Hillary, fucking... well, I guess both of the Bushes, both of the fucking Clintons. Obama. Because now he's sticking his nose back into shit, so he's like popping. Oh yeah, he's been out on the campaign trail speaking.
A lot of people liked Obama.
A lot of people loved Obama. And then a lot of
people like Biden or Trump.
Oh, 100%. It's because he has some intellectual value. Like, he could actually speak articulately.
He's very articulate.
Yeah. People just didn't like his policies. Like, the people that didn't like him didn't like his policies.
Yeah, but I mean, that's neither here nor there, because that's every single president you're ever going to have.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you should not like all the policies from any president. If you do, you need to reevaluate yourself, because you're too deep into it. Like, that's a
You're
problem.
just a
You're
fanboy
starting
at
to-
that
yeah,
point.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're starting to
You're not really
idolize
thinking
this person
rational,
like they're a
probably.
fucking god. You
I
can't
guess there's a
be
chance
doing
that you happen to literally agree with them about everything. Like that's not
That is
necessarily
a-
out of the
yeah.
realm of possibility. But yeah, I mean, it might be able to good. Might be
You
a
should
good time
still
to, like,
be able to try to argue the other side's point and see if you can. You know
yeah,
what I'm
thinking
saying?
from the other perspective on anything. I mean, it's a good.
Agreed.
just good
I
hobby
feel
to
like
get
when you
into.
start to idolize somebody so much, like a lot of people did with Trump, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people did, and people started to try to do that with Biden, and they just
I feel
can't.
like Biden's too like low T to really have like a hype
Exactly.
group behind him. You know.
Exactly. The other guy has more of the Hitler status, where like you can talk to where it hypes people up and they get energized by his shit,
Yeah.
and that's why people fucking called Trump Hitler, because he had that same gusto to be able to rise people up and like build people up, which I don't agree with.
Yeah, I mean,
I
don't
agree
think
with
that's
a
why
lot
they
of his
called him
policies,
Hitler.
honestly,
I
but
think
I don't
first
agree
off,
with a
anyone
lot
that
of
was
that.
straight up comparing him to Hitler, obviously, like that's insane.
Yeah,
Hitler did.
he definitely
like,
didn't create a right.
Exactly, like there's no comparison there. But to say that like those tendencies were similar to that of someone like
that-
Hitler, like that's true. But that is also true of any almost
person
any
that has-
world leader or person in politics because they're all
You
about
could also
charisma.
say the same thing about Obama, because
Yeah,
he
dude.
had that ability to
Charismatic.
hype up and
Right,
be
exactly.
charismatic and like speak well enough to like get into people's soul to where they were like, "I'll follow you to the
Yeah,
death."
that's just charisma. Like that's
Yeah.
almost a given if you're a politician.
You-
And how
you would
you
hope.
how you like implement that. Like some people play up into it more than others. And I
Yes.
think Trump certainly knew that he was like the oddball out.
Oh,
in,
yeah.
in terms of politics, and he
He
knew
was
that
the
it was
guy
smart
that
to play
funded
into that,
politicians.
because you automatically get all the people that are like, oh fuck politics, it's all corrupt, it's all the same, it's all blah blah blah. Every single one of those people was like, oh, this guy's something else. This is different. Maybe he'll come in and fucking.
People hope that he would like destroy the class
Yeah,
Asian
he was
thing.
gonna drain the swamp. When
Yeah,
he first
and
started.
like make it so like the poor could get rich again, and like people had
Yeah,
a chance for like the American dream again.
I mean, all it takes is just a small loan of $1 million from your father,
Facts.
and you're good, man.
I mean, if I had
Look,
a
if
small
you
loan
can't-
of $1
if
million
you blow
bucks,
a small loan like that, you're an idiot.
100%. Now, to be able to turn it to $1 billion, it is kind of impressive. You've taken in 1,000,000 times your million, right? Like one extra
right?
million. It's 100 millions, right?
That's 1,000 million, right?
That's $1 billion.
1,000 million would be $1 billion, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's more than 100 million. So yeah, you've 10x'd your shit.
Yeah.
So that's impressive. I mean, I would be impressed with myself if I got $1 million loan and made $1 million off of it.
Yeah, that's double your money. That's
If
great.
you do 500,000 off of a fucking $1 million loan and able to pay the loan back, and you walk away with 500,000, that's quite impressive. Like in business stance, that's pretty good. You've done something good there. But that doesn't mean you can run a country great.
No,
It means that
not at all.
like he was able to do the economic thing good, which is good. But he obviously couldn't do the whole running of the country, all the other parts that
yeah.
are necessities in order to be like a George Washington, where everybody loves you.
And not to mention, like there's this, like, I don't know if it's like an assumption or what, but there's like this, dude, the word is fucking jumping out of my head. Perception. There's a perception that, like, the president has all of this power and all of this stuff, and they're doing everything, and like, yeah, they do a lot of shit, but they're mostly signing things, and they're mostly going through teams of people and teams and their own personal, like, advisors and stuff like that. Like, they don't have the time to just sit around and like read up on, you know,
Absolutely everything that's going
exactly.
on.
So
And
they're
that's
they're listening to their advisors. They're listening to people that are below them that are, you know, and they're, I mean, from what I can tell, a lot of times they're just roller stamping shit that comes across their desk.
Facts,
Unless
that's
it's
why.
something that's like super controversial, then yeah, there'll be a press conference about it, and we'll.
Up
whatever.
until all these, like, and even Trump, he talked a lot of shit about Obama doing it, and then he did more than Obama. And then Biden talked shit about Trump doing it, and now he's done triple that half the time. And it's all the executive orders.
Yeah.
Like, executive orders were hardly ever written, ever, because it's supposed to go through the House, Congress, and Senate. Like, those things are all supposed to happen before it becomes any kind of law or is mandated to anybody for anything. That's the law of the land. this executive order thing came in with the Patriot Act, which was 9/11, and that was the way that the government stole a shit ton of our rights, like a fuck ton of our rights. And that's when they started running into our phones and everything.
That's their right to do that as the government, right?
No, they weren't supposed to do that. And if they are going to do it, they're supposed to tell us. That's why Edward Snowden's on the fucking run. Because he exposed that.
My point is, like, who's going to stop him? Like,
there's more of us than there are of them, so we could stop them. But
I mean, that's true, but
under their guise, it's for our safety.
People were like, oh, they're going to try to lock us down and put us, like, come door to door and take our guns and have tanks rolling through. Like, they're going to bring the National Guard into the, like, no, they're fucking not. Do you realize?
Not here right now, but
do you realize how much people just freak the fuck out and bitch over having to wear a little piece of fabric, and then you're trying to bring the whole goddamn military down their street? No, that ain't gonna fly.
No, not here because we have too many guns. But in Australia, where they have no guns, that's exactly what they're doing right now. They've been doing that. They've been running tanks through the streets. They've been fucking snatching people out of their homes. Like, it's a big thing. Even CNN's reporting it now.
I wonder if their COVID rates are going down, though.
Huh?
I wonder if their COVID rates are
going
down.
No, they've had this second rate. That's why they built these camps to put their people in.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wonder if it's working.
Not yet.
Just like objectively speaking, if the numbers are going down because of what they're doing.
Not yet. That's what I'm saying. Thus far, the numbers haven't changed. That's why people are outraged. That's why even CNN's going like, this isn't working. Like, what's going on? Like, you're ripping people out of their homes and putting them inside of camps with other people that are living door to door to them. Yeah. It's just creating more of a spread. It's not working.
Again, everyone's just trying to figure out what the fuck is going on because no one has had to go through this shit, and like that's why you're seeing so many different governments reacting in different ways. I think it's funny that like there's people that think the whole thing's like a conspiracy and a plan from like the U.S. government to try to take all our rights and stuff, and it's like, okay, so the government, they can barely agree with each other on anything as it is, somehow got the entire world and every government and every doctor and all these scientists to like go along with this fake plan. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying?
I agree with you to a point because there is some weird shit that does go on.
Yeah, like, there's weird shit that goes on every day, but there's no fucking way that one government got the whole world to do some shit. Like, no, it's completely unrealistic, I think. And I guess the funniest part to me is, like, let's say it's real and there is this ultra powerful thing that's out there controlling everything and, like, it's all part of a plan. Like, you think you're gonna fucking do something about it? Like, if they're that powerful to begin with, what is anyone gonna do, you know? Like, why not just let it ride, baby?
Let it ride.
That's what I say. I say let it ride.
So, have you ever heard of the World Economic Forum?
Probably. It's some conspiracy shit.
It's not a conspiracy shit, actually. The World Economic Forum is like a legitimate...
Well, I mean, it's like tied to some conspiracy shit, right?
Well, yes, but only because of what they said.
That's
so, like, conspiracy theorists, of course, take it a little further, but what they said alone is not a conspiracy because they said it, and it's scary enough, you know? From my personal view, it's scary enough. That's the World Economic Forum, all the governments have agreed to, and what they're trying to do is but it's called the Great Reset, the 2030 Great Reset. And by 2030, they want to make all governments a one world government, right? And they want one currency for all countries all across the world. And they straight state in their little like, I'll show you the video and play it, that shows that you will own nothing and you'll like it. That's their pitch.
I'm down to try. I mean, I'm all down for something new.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the people have been talking about this bullshit for, like, forever.
Yeah, but this is a government body.
Since I was, like, a child, I remember my neighbors talking about how the New World Order is coming, and they're trying to make the one world currency, and they want blah, blah, blah. So that's definitely nothing new. There's always been attempt to like unifying the country, especially when it's under the guy or like several countries.
Okay, let's see here. Let's make sure that this window's picking up this window. It is. Alright. So I'm going to play it for you. I'll make a big screen for you. Can you see over here?
Kind more or less. How long is it?
It's like a minute 32 seconds.
How old is this video?
I'll have to check that here in just a second. 2020. Our fragility is exposed. The system needs a reset.
Yeah, this to me looks like an ARG someone made.
No, this is World Economic Forum. It's on their site specifically.
I know, I'm saying like the whole thing seems like something.
It does, right? We'll all be happy under communism, baby. It's the greatest. It's work. See how big those trees are?
Looks like a religion.
Yeah, it's the fucking World Economic Forum.
I mean that. I'm wondering if that's like a religion. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the World Economic Forum is a UN body for world economics. Like, they are a government agency that overlooks the economics of the world. And they're saying we need to reset it all.
Yeah, but I mean, countries don't have to be in the UN.
They don't, but we have people that are willing to agree with this. And
I mean, that's pretty much the same as like all the countries being inside of the European Union and like in the EU, or all the states individually having their own laws and then being under the federal government.
yeah, which I also...
It's all essentially the same.
Yeah.
Is it not?
I'm not a big fan of the federal government myself either.
Oh, who is? You know?
I think they just rob us and then say that they give us safety, and people still die.
It'd be hilarious to like sell shirts that were like #1 fan federal government, and like just make shirts that are for fans of the government. You know, because that's one you haven't seen before.
That would be fucking hilarious.
#1, have like the #1 foam finger fan and just like the government on the
Just
back or something.
government
like that.
love. I love my
Like,
government so
I heart
fucking
the
much.
IRS.
Fucking IRS, I love you.
Yeah,
You think they'll tickle my butthole with their tongue?
maybe
Most likely.
if you pay them enough.
I already pay them enough.
Apparently
I
not.
give them everything I got, man.
Damn, dude, that rain's coming down.
Yeah, the rain is, it's a blistering rain. It's coming down very hard.
Hopefully that's not bleeding into the mics too much.
It doesn't seem to be from the mic reads, but you never really know. You never really know. But it doesn't seem to pick up too bad.
Weird. Well, all of that after you asked me how my day was going. So, how's your day going?
Good.
Good.
It's going great. I just find this shit fascinating. I find the reason why people think the things that they do, like the Anunnaki, that's how this whole fucking thing started.
Yeah, that's right.
I saw an Anunnaki sticker that says Anunnaki child
That's funny.
on somebody's card, and I thought it was hilarious.
You
And
ever
that's how I
heard
get deep into this shit.
Have you ever heard of Time Suck? It's a podcast.
Yes.
Time Suck with Dan Cummins, I believe is who it is.
Cummings.
He makes he does a lot of jokes about the Anunnaki.
Got my
And
Anunnaki
about,
float.
what's his name? The lizard people guy, David David Dyke?
David
Duke?
Icke.
David Icke, yeah.
David Dyke.
I think David Duke is like KKK leader or something.
He was definitely the leader of the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, fuck him, man.
Theo Vaughn, I think, used to live next to him, and it was like, I used to know David Duke.
That's right, dude. I remember that.
It's
Theo
hilarious.
Vaughn's funny motherfucker.
He's so fucking funny. Like, it's hard to listen to everything he does, but he's fucking hilarious. I love the shows that he's on and stuff. Podcast, I listen to all the podcasts and shit. Love him. That's
He does like a solo show, right?
yeah.
That's got to be hard to do.
It's so hard to do. I try to do them, and I get like 26 to 30 minutes in, about where we're at now. And so difficult.
Do you do like prep notes or anything like that?
Not a fucking one. I sit down, I light a joint, and I fucking speak. I just start talking shit.
Yeah, I think that we gotta try like a little show prep before the next one. So we can come up with something for the people.
I was talking about that on the little solo podcast to tune into this one, and that we were going to be trying to get a little bit more fancy.
I remember you said something the other day about some kind of challenge, and I'm a person that likes challenges.
Yeah, I don't know if you would like this challenge.
Well, I mean, if it's like something from your mom's house, probably not. But
I was thinking of like stuff kind of like that, but not nearly as bad. I was thinking of doing some stuff like, I don't know, like look up, like wanted ads, like sex wanted ads and shit like that, and have you read those.
Like Craigslist sex wanted ads?
Yeah, like read some of those and see how fucking ridiculous some of those are, because that shit's pretty funny.
Ridiculous. And it's fun reading people that can't write very well.
Oh, fuck yeah. That would be a good little segment. We'd figure out a name for that depending on it, like the uh-oh section or something like that. And then maybe do some kind of like hot potato game of some sort, but like with a thought.
Thought potato.
Like thought potato. Like you gotta expand upon a thought. Like the first person drops an idea or a word for the thought, and then you expand upon it, and we see how far we can get with the story without like pausing. Like you just have to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's also those games of like you say a band. Like you say like Eminem, and that ends with an M, so now you gotta say an artist or a band that starts with an M.
Metallica.
And then I got an A. I'm fucking drawing a blank. Arthur. No, that's a TV show. Shit, dude. Andy Warhol. No. Did he ever make a song? Anthrax. How about that?
And then
you got X, fucker.
Yeah. Xylons. I don't know if that's a thing, but I guarantee there's somebody out there with that.
Yeah, that's. I bet you could find some out there.
Xylons. X-Men cover band.
What does that end in?
There's people that play X-Men theme songs covers.
X-Men cover band?
Yeah.
All right. I'm terrible at this game after I've smoked some weed, apparently. D. Artists or bands that start with D. Demi Lovato.
There you go.
Right?
That's a good one. Lovato. What's the O? Is the last? God damn it. OTEP.
Ooh, is that a P?
Yep. See, I already got one for that.
Does Pocahontas count? She sang songs.
She does sing songs. I mean,
Disney's Pocahontas.
All right.
There we go.
And there are bands that probably cover that shit too. So
I'm sure.
What's the last word of what's the last letter of Pocahontas? I'm stupid. I don't know shit.
Pocahontas. S.
S?
Yeah.
Steve Miller Band.
Oh, damn. Another D. I keep wanting to say Detroit Rock City, but I think that's a Kiss song.
That is a Kiss song. I think Detroit's actually the name of a band.
There's got to be a band called
There is
Dirt.
a band named Dirt.
Definitely.
I guarantee there is.
Dirt.
It's a T.
Yeah.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Ooh, that's a good one. Back to A. Amberlin.
Amberlin. Is that D?
N.
N. 9 Inch Nails. I'm running out of band names now.
System of a Down.
N again?
Yeah.
Naughty by Nature.
Evanescence. E.
E?
Back to E, really.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was the
That was
the bands and letters segment.
Tell us in the comments. Let
Yeah.
us know what you think. If you want us to do more.
If you're still listening, tell
That's
us.
a miracle.
Tell us what kind of crazy shenanigans we should get into on the show.
Yeah, we could do some fun shit. Like all kinds of stuff. We could try spicy food. I'm not a big spice guy.
I like spicy stuff. I mean, I think we've been over this before.
Yeah.
I'd probably fuck around and eat one of those hot chips as long as I got some stuff. Like I got nothing to prove. I know it's gonna be hot as shit, so I'm gonna want some milk on the side.
Yeah, and some ice cream. Most definitely.
Yeah, some ice cream.
Bread's always good too because it absorbs the capsaicin.
Yeah. Well, I definitely know the right way to eat crazy hot shit like that, which is try to have it touch the smallest amounts of your mouth as possible.
Just
Better to
let it
have
go
it burn
down.
down in there than it is in your tongue.
See, I'm scared because like I let a buddy that I was working with order at a Chinese restaurant, like a legit one, the number 5 spicy.
Oh shit, 5 stars.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know what that means. He's like, it's all right, it'd be good. And I take a bite. I'm like, why would you do this? You just I can't even taste the fact that these are noodles. They all taste the exact same.
That 5 star at the a lot of like the Asian food restaurants that have the star system for heat.
Hot as fuck.
Hot as shit. I love that. Like that's my shit. Usually, so if I'm feeling like adventurous, I'll get a 5 star and just say fuck it. But most of the time, I'll get the 4 just so it's like it's just casual, you know.
But why? This is my question. When I ate it, I couldn't differentiate noodles from chicken. Mm-hmm. It all tastes like hot.
Yeah, but
that's all you get.
When you eat like a bunch of hot shit, you sort of like build up a tolerance. So like at a certain point, you get the flavors of like the hot sauce and like the different flavors in there, and you get the heat, and then like you can kind of differentiate it. You know, but that's the thing about those stupidly hot things that are like that hot chip or like, you know, the bomb hot sauce. That's designed like that. You don't taste that. That's just here. This is gonna make you fucking hurt. Like,
yeah,
you better film it because
it's basically a pain tolerance.
Exactly.
That's what I'm okay with.
Yeah.
I'm more okay with the fact that I know it's going to be pain tolerance because I handle pain pretty good.
Yeah, that's really all it is.
The shitty part is the fact that your eyes water.
Yeah, well, if you know, okay, so I've done this so many times because like I cook with jalapenos a lot because I like jalapenos.
You are
and so I'll chop
terrifying
them up.
person. That's terrifying.
I'll chop them up, but like I've learned, like, okay, no, you don't fucking touch your face. Don't touch anywhere on your face. Do not touch your dick. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Do not do it, no matter what. Because if you're a man and you've cooked and you like spicy food, I guarantee you, at some point, you touch your dick with your jalapeno fingers, and you regretted it.
Fire.
You go to the bathroom, you whip it out. All you're doing is steering.
All of a sudden,
Next thing you know, you're like 5 minutes later, your shit is like burning, and you can't like rub it off. You can't just wipe it off.
No, you have to let it just do its thing.
It's literally burning you. Yeah, like, and yeah, we don't got to talk about spicy dicks.
I've had jalapenos and grabbed my dick. I totally understand what you're talking about, and it sucks. We used to do back in the day, like get people to put icy hot on their fucking nutsack and tell them that it like would make them come quick. Yeah. And they're like, "What? Let me try it out." And then they're fucking screaming, running across the fucking house, like trying to wash their balls off. And that's the worst part, is they go and try to splash and wash their balls off, which just intensifies the fucking cold burn part. Yep. And they're like, oh god. I've seen a dude break a fucking tub because he threw himself back so fucking hard and fell into it and like broke the tub.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, it fucking icy out of my balls and it's fucking so hot, it hurts. Like, this is hilarious.
Bad news.
It's hilarious. We used to do all kinds of shit. You used to do the ketchup thing. You ever done the ketchup thing?
The ketchup thing? That's really vague. What does that mean?
Okay, so back in the day in high school, you used to go into like the women's and the men's bathroom, and the toilets that have the split.
Oh, you put the ketchup packet in between the toilet and the bowl. Or
Yeah,
the seat in the bowl.
right on the ends, and if you have it hanging out this way, right at the split, it shoots right down into the fucking shorts, and then they got bloody stained ketchup shorts.
Yep.
People used to do that shit all the time at every high school.
Okay.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I've seen that done before, for sure.
Like,
My
I
friends
check all fucking seat things, even in my own house, just to make sure that there aren't ketchup packets.
PTSD.
Dude, it's
Ketchup
insane.
SD.
Yeah, it's insane. It's fucked up.
My buddies would fuck with me hard when I was in the bathroom at school. A lot of times it was you're sitting there and they take the garbage and dump it over the wall, or over the door.
And just get you.
Yeah, and you know what? To be honest, they never did me dirty. It was never like something really nasty, but it was always. I mean, it's just the bin that's sitting right under the paper towel dispenser. So it's pretty much just wet paper towels for people washing their hands.
Yeah,
but
sometimes there's a boogie.
Yeah,
sometimes
it still obviously sucks having the garbage dumped on you. But we fuck with each other like that all the time in school for sure.
Yeah,
good times.
See, if we knew what somebody was doing, that shit wouldn't happen. I'll beat your ass. Like, that's how it happened in high school. Like, when I found out, you either let me in on it, or you get in the ass beat. Like, if you try to do it to me, you get in the ass beat. And you fucking having that. Dude, it's cool when you can catch me, but if you catch me, you ain't catching me like that.
One time we put out these free pizza signs at lunch. And we made it, we put up these signs everywhere. It was like during second period or something while everyone's in class. I was a TA, and my buddy I think he just dipped out of his class or whatever, but I went out there, or we went to the library and printed out all these like, not pictures, but like flyers. That were like free tacos, or it was free tacos. And we said they were like free tacos during lunch, or all 3 lunches. We just plastered them around the school, and then the next period was third period, and like going into that, like people started going to lunch, and so everyone's seeing these flyers everywhere for.
They're fucking heading straight to get some free tacos.
Yeah, they had to I remember the school had to put up they had to make their own big banner that was like no free tacos.
Oh my god,
dude, it was great. And the best part is that one of them we slipped in the trophy case. And it like floated down and landed perfectly behind like some other stuff in like some kind of ruffled like display looking parts of the trophy case.
That's fucking awesome.
And it stayed in there for years. And I don't know if it's still there, but I went there like 5 years after I had graduated for my little sister's graduation.
Gnarly.
And it was still in the trophy case.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it said free tacos, third lunch, or free tacos, all lunches.
That's so fucking funny. Yeah, that's so fucking funny.
It was great.
Yeah, kids did stupid shit at our school, like taking a cow up the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
Because cows won't go back downstairs, right?
I had heard of people like putting animals in places and classrooms, pigs and shit like that.
Yeah, it was fucked up. And someone I heard was like tried to put a whole teacher's car, and, like tear it apart and rebuild it inside their fucking classroom.
Jesus.
It was insane. Like, every high school was insane. There's either like shootings or stabbings and people doing crazy shit like that, or like feeding the seagulls fucking a bunch of Alka-Seltzer, and then they just explode and turn into fucking seagull shit all over the fucking front lawn.
I've seen videos of people doing that.
It's fucked. It's gnarly. They did it to a lot of seagulls. I mean, it covered the whole fucking front. It was fucked up.
Fucking seagulls, man.
That's because, like, our mascot's a seagull.
Oh, really?
At every high school. It's a seagull as a fucking mascot, the most pussy fucking thing. And people, like, I guess wanted to let them know that that's a terrible decision and killed a bunch of seagulls.
It's kind of a lame mascot, for sure.
It's fucking lame.
We were the Eagles.
Yeah, see, that's an American mascot.
Goddamn
we have a fucking thing that shits on shit. That's all they do is shit. Mm-hmm. That's all they do. There's shit everywhere. You had to watch out for fucking birds shitting on people at the school. Like, I remember very distinctly going and marching with a bunch of people during ROTC, and it was like this seagull fucking used a squad block. I'm over like marching the kids in their squad, and the seagull comes flying down and just like shits on the center person's fucking head and flies right off.
Dude, they aim. Swear to God.
Dude, it was crazy. He dive bombed and like landed almost on his head, shit by, and just
damn, dude, fly
just
by
out,
shit.
covered this kid's head, covered his fucking head. It was a lot of fucking shit, and then it's got like little worms that don't get digested and stuff in it. It was disgusting.
Yeah, bird shit has got to be one of the grossest things.
Oh, dude, they eat plastic. They eat every fucking thing. Like,
and it's like it's a liquid and a solid
at the same time. Like, yeah, they never have like healthy digestion.
It's black and it's white and it's gray and like sometimes
and
a little like green and yellow,
like fucking fungal greens.
Yeah.
Like it's like
gross,
they have
man.
fucking fungi in it.
Getting bird shit is like that's bad.
Oh, dude, I had birds shit on me when we were down skating the DIY spot.
There was I saw pictures. There was like a ton of shit.
Dude,
there.
they shit all over my car.
What's the deal with that?
I don't know. I guess it was the only green car in the area, and so they were like grass, and then all decided to profusely shit on my car.
Dude, it's so funny that animals just out in the wild are like, yeah, let's shit on this thing.
Yeah,
they all just do it.
There's 4 cars lined up, and my car is the only one that got bird shit on it, and they soaked it with bird shit. Like it was a fucking and then one dive bombs and hits the fence, and it sprays the fence and sprays my back.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, dude, you got bird shit on you. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's bad.
Dude, I was pissed.
Yeah,
I was
fuck
pissed.
bird shit.
I burned that shit. I fucking burned that shirt.
I'll go on record saying fuck bird shit.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to go on record. Don't fuck it, because there are people out there that fuck shit. Do not do that. You will get E. coli in your dick hole.
Probably shouldn't do that.
Bird shit is #1 enemy. That and spiders.
Now, if the birds could aim at all the spiders,
if they eat all the spiders,
if they just shit bomb them.
Ugh.
Like if you're gonna aim
Then
at something, why you gotta aim at my fucking Honda Accord? You know,
I would
you can't
prefer
aim at these
them.
goddamn spiders.
Yeah, but the spider's gonna crawl up on you. And he's got shit all over him from a bird. It's gonna dry.
Well, ideally they would hit it with laser accuracy and
kill it.
Kill shot.
That would be awesome if they could kill with shit bombs.
It's gonna get smashed,
I would respect it so much more.
By the log and then also wrapped in the goop. You know, so
facts. That would be awesome.
Any respectable goal can hit a spider.
Dude, if somebody out there can film a seagull shit bombing a spider and killing it, send me that video.
Honestly, any bird shit bombing any other creature and killing it, I would love to see.
Yes, 100%.
That seems fascinating.
That seems absolute. It's for science. It's for science. Yeah,
well,
of course.
Enjoyment, maybe a little bit.
Just a wee bit, but that's because I enjoy science so much.
Right.
Facts.
Learned gentlemen, doctors, I think both of us.
Absolutely insane. Oh, man. God. We've talked about a variety of things.
Oh, yes, we do.
On this podcast. And it's not a math podcast.
No, it's not.
It's just a shit-talking podcast, really. We just shit-talk.
We're just talking shit. It's raining super hard.
It is super hardly raining.
What you got for time there? How long we at?
We are at 58 and 20 seconds right now.
Started to get the hour tingle.
Oh, yeah. We're right about there. We got a 2-minute time.
I have to pee, and I'm getting that tingle as well.
Oh, so you got the piss tingle.
I got the piss tingle, and that started giving me the, hey, it's probably been about an hour.
It's been about an hour.
For me, I have, this mental thing where it's like, we'll be going, and it feels like it's a long time for me, and then you said it was we were at 23 minutes or something.
Yeah. And
I was like, oh shit, I thought we were at 45. And then the rest of it flies by.
Then you get that
and then it's like, oh, well, here we are at an hour.
Here we are. Yeah, the first 20-some minutes did feel like it was dragging on a bit, right? I felt that too, that's why I said something, because I was like, it felt like an hour already to me, and so I said something out loud, so you knew that we were we just started already.
Well, it worked.
And then, so yeah, now we're here, and we have babbled for about a minute, so we're at 59:22.
Okay, can we get a countdown? When we get to 15 seconds, I'd like to start a countdown, and then right at an hour, I can go piss.
All right,
It'll
perfect.
be the countdown to piss freedom here.
All right, so we're 59:34,
So, like, 45.
35, 36, 37, 38.
So once it gets to 50, we'll go from 10. 10, 9, 8.
All right, we got 9 seconds, 8 seconds.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm going to get a countdown, too. That's even better.
Here we go. In 10,
Oh,
9, 8, 7, 6,
6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 hour! The man can piss!
Thank you for joining the show, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you next week.
Indeed. Thank you for showing up to the AZ Squared Equals Podcast. Y'all stay classy.